to get.
He is.
He is, right? We all like.
He's getting so
And
much
also,
hot ass. Though.
Guys have been doing that for 50 years. Like David Bowie's acting gay to get,
Well, now it's kind of amplified now because if you put a dress on and lipstick on, you immediately go from the lowest social caste to the highest.
Yeah, I
You
don't
go from being a white male to a trans woman
to a quarterback.
You totally leapfrog the whole like strata.
I think what
you're James Vanderbeek in like in the real world.
Yeah, I think what he was saying was that like that gay guys were like not into it, but that 14-year-old girls were like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. He's the hottest guy I've ever seen.
That's incredible to think about.
And then like the tabloid press picked it up and they were like,
this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's like a fucking gay guy.
Just a guy being
whoa. Wow, look at all those options.
Adam, would you throw your gum just on the carpet? Just put your gum somewhere.
On the carpet?
Just put it on the table here.
Right, yeah.
Thank you. Adam Friedland, 23 and me. We got it.
100% German.
Yeah, like, you're not going to believe it. You sitting down, Adam? 23 and me just got off the horn. Yeah, they called me personally for this one.
They called me personally because it broke their computer.
Yeah, I can't
Sam wants my DNA.
Yeah, you guys are, first of all, you and Sam are first cousins. Yeah, dude. Sam's uncle is your dad. Yeah, you guys are, Dachau. Main Street, Dachau.
Sam's uncle was the guard, and my uncle was the prisoner. They were best friends.
No, your uncle was the warden.
He was the landlord.
Yeah, yeah. He ran the one of the service-based industries around the camps.
Yeah. He was doing all that. Yeah, he was doing all the like
electrical
hot dogs and like he was selling all the mustard and ketchup,
like the sodium bags.
Yeah,
like you know how much sodium it takes to run one of these things.
That's another thing we got in trouble for in the Matty Healy episode. Nick did a bit where he asked if there were any Japanese interns at who were interning, and then they were like he did that accent, or I forgot what he said. He's like, after me, after you, like on the way into the
shit
into the chambers, and then he takes his shoes off before he cleans out the bodies, which is it's naughty. Right?
They got mad.
So then they were like, no, they didn't get mad at that. They got mad at the offensive Japanese accent.
Who even got mad?
The British tabloid press, and then 14-year-old girls on Twitter. I was getting DMs that were insane from these girls. Like, you ugly piece of shit, you should fucking kill yourself.
Damn.
Because there are stands.
You should call them ugly.
Yeah.
Nah, bitch, you're ugly.
Yeah, to a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah. Nah, you're fucking beat.
You're ugly.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
That's what ugly girls say.
Ugly girl says what?
You go to their high school and you book them. You just like slap their books out of their hands.
I made a whole apology video to these girls where I claimed that they were all anti-Semites that were attacking me. And I was like, I will never be afraid. You will never. I've stared the devil in the face and I've laughed at him.
They're like, whoa, he's actually hard as fuck, and I respect him.
They
now.
said that. I checked afterwards.
Really?
They were like, actually, that was funny. Actually, that was good satire. And I was like, I thought you were. I hated you the whole time. But it's weird because it stands. They're all like 15. They're all like little babies. Yeah. So like if the Harry Styles fans got mad, so then they all like do like a mass assault on the Matty Healy stands, and it's just like it's.
How did you guys get that as a guest? I mean, as a guest. I mean,
he's a big fan of ours. He loves us.
No shit.
He loves us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who? Because Matty Healy.
Matty Healy loves.
Who the hell
us.
is Matty Healy?
I don't. He's from this band, the 1975, and they are one of the biggest pop bands in the world.
Of course.
We saw that.
But it's like a fucking pop band. You guys are like
sold
funny
out
underground comics.
Yes.
And I get it. But like as a guest,
he wants to like. He's like obsessed with like Red Scare and like
no
he like
shit.
wants to move to New York and stuff. He thinks
crazy.
our shit is cool.
Does he want to be on your? Like, does he want to act?
He's been on the show twice.
Damn. Now I thought I'm like, how the fuck do they know this guy?
No, I just know him from Instagram. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You guys are picking some wild guests. That's
So anyway, yeah. So he sold out MSG, and Nick and I met his mom there, and we went and we just saw there's like 20,000 like girls watching him and just crying.
no
Like
shit.
he's so famous. It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. That's fucking
and
crazy.
then he's like a fan of ours. So yeah, so then he came to do the show, and then they got mad about he imitated the Scottish accent. They said he imitated the indigenous Scottish accent.
Man, all these crimes. I didn't know this place was so lethal.
Yeah, we got in trouble.
Guys, you guys are like a fucking. You're
UK
like
is tough. You got to be careful in the UK.
you can't say you can get arrested.
You get arrested.
Yeah.
Saying shit in the
pretty
UK.
sure Sammy went there on a national stage and was telling the IRA was going to put a bullet in the Queen's head.
Yeah, that would have been
Irish Sam.
my plan for
and Sam knows because he's from Arden.
the boxing match was I was going to call out the Queen.
You
Yeah, but I realized
decided on Hassan.
I realized at the last minute that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, you could.
I was going to say I'm going to put a bullet in the Queen's head, which probably would have been terrible.
Theoretically, you did. I mean, she shit herself and died about 3 weeks later, right?
Mm. Oh, she's dead.
Well, proper.
Forgot about that.
Well, Candyman has come and
Terrible.
gone. Time to shit myself and get out of here
The candy.
and move on. Moving on. Yeah, that's man. That's. I just can't believe you guys getting getting your balls busted over that.
No, I mean it's not real balls busted.
Okay.
Like
There
it's
was no,
just like it's funny now at this point for us. But like my girlfriend's family has a place on Long Island. We go out there, so
You
we
get
got
pretty serious with her, huh?
Yeah, it's been like 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's been a year since I.
She
yeah,
got big naturals.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got big nuts.
You got,
And she got big naturals. And
Did
got
she
big
tell you that?
That she has big. No, I saw it.
She's
No,
like, these
no,
are
I
big
saw it.
naturals, you know. He's like,
No,
no,
I
I
saw
know.
it.
I
It's pretty cool.
Shit.
That's funny.
And she lives in Long Island.
No, she lives in the city.
Oh,
We live
okay.
together. Yeah.
You
But
got
her
kids?
family. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't
Oh,
know.
I like that.
Just
I
do it.
don't know. You like having kids?
I do. I think it's great.
Yeah, cool.
I'm glad I'm mad I waited so. I really shunned it for so long.
I think I did too. I'm getting to that. Level.
I feel like silly for shunning it because I was pretty funny at like not having kids and like shunning
Uh-huh.
it. Like I was like good at it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, fucking kids, fuck that shit.
Sam, are you gonna have kids and like give them steroids for breakfast and stuff? I'm just like, I'm not even gonna send my kids to school. I'm just gonna make them watch Andrew Tate and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, like, learn,
Andrew
like,
Andrew Tate homeschooling is like
way.
I'm already paying for the program even though I don't need it yet. But when I have kids, the $50 a month I'm paying Andrew Tate for the homeschooling program, which is that's money in the bank.
I'm raising my daughter on Pearl. You know that girl Pearl,
No.
the podcaster that like is like the feminist Pearl anti-feminist podcaster. I don't know what her name is. That girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
you
girl.
want to? Oh, great,
This lady?
Pearl. Yeah, I just have my daughter. Pearl's raising my daughter.
nice.
She just like, what's the problem about like men wanting to like?
to strive and work towards
Antonio Okafor.
feminism is not dead.
I can tell Pearl.
Okay, let's. John goes.
Adam
Looks like
sounds
I-
funny as this right now. Have you ever listened to Come Down?
I wish my voice was that deep.
Check.
See, I disagree with that. I think life is easier if you're a girl. It's like, for example, we have quotas for women in
That
specific
mouth
jobs,
twitch, did you see
and
that?
even to us that aren't gay
Helena?
men. So
Yeah.
I would say it's easier being a girl.
That-
Just from a viewpoint over here, though, it seems there's a lot of pretty privilege in what you're saying, and that you're white and you present.
She's
it.
not pretty.
I think that you present a
Dude, women tearing each other apart to pieces.
I don't mean to
Vice is
say
back.
Barbaric.
you're
Vice
You guys
is
got to
back.
do this for season 2.
We do. We have
Yeah, we
a
have-
feminist debate team
We have
with we're gonna have for feminist debate. We're gonna wear dresses.
yeah.
You and me are gonna be the debate moderators. Chuck is gonna be so Eric is gonna be slave master Eric. So we're gonna have the women debating, and it's you and me, and we're just like, that really amplifies what I know about equity and power to hold true. Great point. And then in the background, Eric's gonna be walking out with 2 women on like dog leashes and like leather, like they're gonna have their heads down like this, and when the debaters, we're gonna find 2 women like this to be debaters.
Yes.
They're gonna be like, "What's that?" And Eric's gonna be like, "Oh, these are my slaves." Don't worry about them.
Shut up. None of your business, stupid.
And then and eventually we get
You
them.
want in?
We try to get them riled up enough that they start talking like, well, we're gonna call the police. And then Chuck comes in and it's policewoman Chuck. He's like, hey, you bitches want us to make a complaint, something like that, like a setup like that.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I hope we can rile them up in like fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
I hope they get riled up for real.
Of course, that'll happen. Yeah, for sure.
Where they just start talking like non-actors. Yeah.
Would you ever do influencer boxing, Adam?
Against who? Beetlejuice?
Against
Someone in my
Paul
weight
Simon?
Someone in my weight class, I'd fight a woman.
You could fight shit. Who the hell would you fight? Like Emmy
It's my
Rossum or
freaking
something?
stuff. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'd have to find a bantamweight.
Sheena Shea from
division.
Vanderpump Rules.
Yeah, I'd fight Sheena. She'd kill me.
Yeah, she's fucking. Yeah, she probably like fucking rock and
Yeah.
go right for the face immediately. She's got some viciousness to her.
Yeah, I tried to get Beat for our show, and I got his manager's number, but I called and they were like, yeah, Beat's not doing appearances.
Who?
Who's beat?
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Oh.
You guys call him Beat?
Fuck.
I call it. That's what the Howard Stern fans say.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not that. Wow, I'm
They
not
call
that
him
far. in.
Beat.
Yeah, that
He said one of the funniest things to me of all time. When we were like we got drunk, like we were fucked up last time we was in New York, and he's like, bro, earlier today I saw that chick, what's her name? Chloe Cherry.
Chloe Cherry.
You know who this girl is?
Yeah.
She's like a porn star that's on Euphoria now. Pull up a picture. And Nick's like, yeah. He's like, I saw this chick, Chloe Cherry. Most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life.
I couldn't believe she walked into the room. I was like, holy shit. There were like 300 people in the room. She's
You said most beautiful woman I've ever
I've
seen.
seen my whole life. I love her. I called my wife and told her. I was like, honey, I saw the prettiest girl in the world. I think my eyes must have been broken that day.
No, you.
I must have had my orbital bones caved in.
Don't lie.
No, you're right. Nick Mullen caved my orbital bones in.
She's the kind of porn. She used to do the kind of porn that was like. She used to do that kind.
And so normal,
Yeah, normal,
So
regular
missionary.
porn. Yeah, she.
like meat holes, right?
Yeah,
Which
but
is
now she's
straight
an
vanilla.
actress. She's like an actress that's on HBO.
Hmm.
But yeah, she's
I don't think it was her though.
I was
I thought
dying.
it was the other one.
which one?
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney is the hottest girl.
But I think that's who I saw.
no, she was. Sydney Sweeney wasn't there, dude.
I think she was there, bro.
No, she wasn't.
Are you
there. No way.
I saw a
She
girl
was
that
that
looked like.
Peter Vax movie, bro.
That's the girl I saw. I'm telling you, bro. That's the girl I saw.
You didn't see her.
That's
you
who I
saw
saw.
the other girl.
Maybe I saw the other one. But like, dude, I'm telling you, like a British Bob haircut, walking like 5'9", I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, this girl's. That first picture looks like a retard.
I got into an argument with my cousin over a house.
Yeah.
Denny.
Oh, I got a Denny story you're gonna love.
I have this cousin. I love him, and he's just the wildest man. We'll talk about. We can either bleep this out or not.
I gotta fuck. Should we bleep your story out? We're definitely gonna have to bleep mine out.
All right. I'll do.
About Denny.
I have a cousin who runs a Porsche dealership.
Okay.
Okay. We're
So your whole family is like in the car
business. My
racket.
my father,
The
and his brother,
Rockefellers of cars in
and then
New
we have
England.
You're
yes.
blue blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
blue
yeah,
blood.
but all garbage men. Like just 4 boys, one Denny's,
Yeah.
me, Brian, my cousin, and my brother.
Shane Gillis and Nick were also both
All car salesmen.
car salesmen. Yeah.
You know what you got to do now?
I got it once.
Sell sobs.
Once I get in trouble for beating off to deepfakes, I'm gonna go into the car business.
Who of Maddie Healy?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Of Nick.
Gene.
Of Gene Napoli.
Yeah,
Dude,
Gene.
that guy, I can't. I love that guy so much.
It's gonna be a tab open. It's like Gene DiNapoli self-suck deep fake, and you're like this. I just feel like
the first
shit.
time we had him on, I was like, "What do you say about the popular internet rumor that you have a large cock?" And he's like, "Come on, I mean, depending on if it's a small girl, perhaps." I was like, "Gene, like just." I was like, "Gene, just lie."
Show me.
So, like, Gene, just lie and say you have a big cock.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
a
we like
freebie.
ran it. I made him run it again, and I was like, "What would you say about the popular internet rumor that you have a huge cock?" And he's like, "I say the rumors are true."
He stands up and like presses his dick in, and it's medium.
Yeah, no, that's what he like
He's like
immediately
fully
was-
hard. He presses it. It's like Yeah, that's all about.
Wait, what about your cousin?
Anyway, so I have this cousin. He's just like he's started making a bunch of money. Started spending. So he's got a house, and he bought a house with the girl, and now he's getting out of the house. He's like, fuck, what do I do? And he's one of those guys that like if he's always on the up and up, like and you get them, they're always just like rattling off the top of their achievements in the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Never the bottom, even though I know I'm here
things
because
are
you're
looking good. Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
I made like 350,000 in 6 months. It's just like so great. And I'm like, I bought a Porsche and I bought this and I bought this and I bought this and I bought this. I go, I'm here because your life is in a fucking plane fire. Like this is like a boys' night where we come and like you're trying to piece the night. Like, what do I do with this house? I'm here. It's this big house. What do I do? It needs work and it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I do this semi-regularly. I'm like, all right, you need to do blah, blah, blah. He's stopping me the whole way. And he's like, no, that's not how you do it. No, you're not getting it. It's gonna. He's telling me prices for things like he wants to do his garage over. It's maybe 22 grand to do it to the nines. He's like, it's gonna be 135,000 easy. I'm like, what? Okay, stop what you're doing. Let's go in the kitchen. How much is your kitchen? 100. This is gonna be another 160,000. I'm like,
Oh my God.
160,000 for a 15 by 15 kitchen. What are you putting in there? Fucking is Ellen gonna be installing like fucking high-end
Bro.
computers with pistons and shit? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what? And he's getting like defensive. And I go, Dennis, the way you're talking to me right now, you sound like if it's like, all right, first order of business, we need to start a sticker factory. First thing we do, you know a golden retriever, right? You're going to take one, you're going to put one in a dog kennel. You're going to want to put it in a Suburban. You're going to want to drive it around the highway for 4 days. And you're going to want to put the heat on in the car. Make sure you have the sunroofs open. Like, none of it makes sense what he's trying to say. I'm like, dude, you're like bonkers batshit. Like, I feel like I'm talking to like a with it crackhead.
He's having like a manic episode or
Like, he's just saying nonsense to me. It'd be like, dude, first thing when you want to start a podcast, you got to get cheeseburgers for everybody on the set.
Yeah.
All right? 50,
no
60.
sense.
Yeah, no sense. Nonsense.
Yeah.
All right? And then, like, inflatables. Everybody loves inflatables, right? Blow up an inflatable. That's where you start the podcast. Cameras are definitely going to be needed, but you can put them on the inflatable, all right? And then you're going to cover the thing in marinara sauce. And make sure you have a fucking mountain bikes everywhere so you can ride them. And I'm like, what? And he's getting jerked off at me.
Part of it is like you've built like how many houses? 4? 5?
I've done 12 projects myself. I've been around 7.
You've been doing this.
Yeah.
And the confidence that he comes back to you and tells you
insane.
that you're insane and wrong.
Dead wrong, Sam.
It's incredible.
You're dead wrong.
It's incredible.
First of all, Adam, you don't get it. Like right at you too. Like this kind of shit. Like confrontational.
Yeah.
Like first
That's
of all, dude,
the best.
I'm not going to take it from someone who's
The
never even
confidence
bought a
is
house.
The best. Yeah.
Have you ever bought a house? Exactly.
Did he say that to you that about you've never bought a house?
No. He would. If he said that, I would have kicked him in the
Okay.
fucking balls. But there was one time I was like, Denny, say something like that again. I'm gonna fucking hit you. I'm gonna slap you like a woman. I'm gonna hit you right in the ear, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know I'd beat you. And he's like, no, it's just like it's hard. And he started getting mad at me. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people? I love the rattling off of when people are just like, when they feel bad, they can't help it, so they have to like they have to just stay up here all the time.
Yeah.
That's one, I see it more. I'm sure in New York it's like incredible.
Yeah. It's everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like it's like in LA it was very prevalent. Like, oh, it's so good. I got this and this and this and this and this. And I'm like, well, why are you doing like tons?
No,
of
actually, it's the opposite in New York. Everyone says it's worse than it is. Like, oh yeah, my parents didn't invent Percocet, and I'm not an heir to a billionaire fortune, and
Yeah.
I'm just
I sucked a rat's
I'm an
asshole for dinner.
artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
People try to act like it's worse.
I'm actually eating my own shit because I have no money for food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That in LA, it's like things are going great. I followed my dreams, and things are I couldn't be happier. I don't want to be anywhere else in the world. I wouldn't be anywhere else.
You have cheap mystery drugs? Yeah, I'll do them right away.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Is there someone around here I can have sex with?
I met some really nice people who are connecting.
Networking. I mean, they know, and then rattling off the 5 celebrities they know, and then rattling off the 5 celebrities they know, and then
I was at Erewhon with the girl that was in Blossom, the girl Mayim Bialik.
She was there boring me.
Yeah.
She was there boring everybody, making people kill themselves when she started talking.
Yeah. Anyway, so your cousin's talking shit to you. About
He's just like, and I'm trying.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to give him a hug, and he's just struggling. I get it. People just feel down, so you're trying to hug someone who's just doesn't know how to receive love, I guess. But so Sam, we're all friends. Like we've known Sam's like the 5th brother.
Okay.
So like we've known him for 25 years. So like Sam has his Porsche.
Should I tell what my thing is?
Yeah, I'm assuming
Okay,
it's
let me get
from
my
that.
phone. I gotta tell you my phone.
So we're all fucking Porsche now.
You all have Porsches?
Yeah.
What do you have? 911?
I just bought a Macan for my wife.
Really?
Yeah. I got a 1-pay lease deal.
You guys all have the best stuff.
We get stuff.
You get the best stuff.
You can't have
I
nice
guess
stuff
if you
in New
don't.
York.
Yeah, you don't live in New York. You can just have nice stuff.
I think you're all fucking crazy for living in New York.
It's stupid.
I think you are the craziest son of like the
It's
amount of money
really
you guys
stupid.
make. Like just live in fucking Mass.
Yeah.
Like you make a ton of money.
Yeah.
Like can you like live like I told Shane this. I was like, I wouldn't live in this house if you fucking filled it with Russian girls that loved MDE and wanted to rim me all day while pouring rum down my throat. Like I wouldn't live here for free, dude. And my wife was like, I'm down with an open relationship.
Shane is probably one of the most famous comedians in the world right now, and
Yeah.
he lives in a 2-bedroom apartment in Astoria.
I went to Tommy Pope's spot and I was like, what is this?
I love Tommy.
He's the best. I
I
like
love
Tommy
him.
so he's such a
I
sweetheart.
love him, man.
But like Astoria and Brook, I know your place is probably nice. Like it's probably nice as shit.
My place isn't that. I mean, for an apartment, it's fine. It's got tall ceilings.
But like
yeah.
that's hell to me.
Yeah,
You guys could have 10 to 1. You could be driving around and
I know.
you could have Rolls
That
Royces.
was another thing when we were drunk that you were telling me. You were like, I want you to buy a house. And you were telling me about all these, like, you were like that guy, what's his name? The, you can get money from the government guy.
Yeah,
The guy
the guy with the
with the
van.
dollar signs on his suit. You're
Lesko, Michael
like,
Lesko.
yeah,
shit,
you're
yeah.
be like Matt Lesko. You're like,
Lesko.
if all you need to do is like, there are all these programs that you need to take advantage of. And you're like, this makes sense, right? This makes sense, right? This makes sense, right? And I was like, I'm not following a single word you're saying right now.
It was basically just get out of New York. Buy like take some of all that money you have in your bank account. Break out your chisel, your you know what chisel, and
I
then
think you were
go
telling
into
me
your
like
wall.
how to like be a slumlord effectively.
I don't know. I
I
would.
think
just,
that's what you were telling me.
you
to
could
do.
afford just a cool house. Everybody in New York, that
Everyone
works
could
there.
afford a cool house.
And you can just
yeah.
take a train into your studio like once a week, and then have an apartment nearby.
Our studio, yeah. I guess that's tying me there right now. But
It's just so fucking funny though to see people like, yeah, just home sweet home, New York,
yeah,
and you go home and there's just like a rat fucking a dog outside your door, and you're like,
it smells
sweet.
like shit. Yeah,
Your nice Mercedes is just jacked up to shit.
I got rid of the Mercedes.
What do you got now?
It's not a nice Mercedes. First of all, it's a piece of shit.
What's an old cool wagon? It was nice
It looked nice
before you
but
moved to fucking
no, but
Steven Seagal
Mercedes
out for
in
justice
the
neighborhood.
in the first like early aughts were bad. After Chrysler bought Mercedes, they made them into
They were the
absolute
shit,
shitty
the shit
cars.
rigs, but it's still a Mercedes wagon. So
Yeah,
And I
I've
bet you it was-
evolved on it. I got
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
the cross country V60.
Oh, cool.
ooh, a new one.
Yeah, new one,
What color?
black.
Good for you.
Murdered out.
Oh, you got a new
It's
one.
my first new car I've ever
Good
had.
for you, bro.
Oh, wow,
That's
cool.
exciting. The V60
Congratulations.
wagon.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you get the nice interior?
I got a blonde interior. Feels nice.
You want
the-
black with blonde?
black with blonde.
That's a very
Sexy
that's a
look.
weird take. You're old in your head.
I like it.
You're older than I thought.
Those
I like
cars
it.
have nice interiors. Those
Yeah.
new Volvos have
They
nice
do.
interiors.
Yeah, yeah. Very like simple and refined.
Insider
Yeah.
insider knowledge. Station wagon customers
Yeah.
are the hardest customers to sell
Mhm.
anything to. They're essentially the smartest and best with their money. My
Mm.
friend Rocco's like, it's unbelievable statistics on wagon owners.
I only drive wagons. That's my style.
Oh shit, that's your whip right there.
That's my whip. Yeah.
Did you get those wheels?
Yeah, I have those wheels.
What do they call their like higher end like their acclaim package or something?
Inspiration,
Ultimate.
intrigue.
What?
Yeah, ultimate.
Ultimate.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And then there's the what do you call it? Polestar model.
No, you don't want that shit.
No,
it's
I
the
don't know.
electric shit. That's
Well,
gonna
it's like
die.
yeah, but it's like I think when it's electric, it has like 700 horsepower.
Yeah, but
when
it's
you go
just a
electric
piece of
mode.
shit. They just sucked your dick if you took a
I
Polestar.
didn't take it. No, I got like just a nice car.
Where'd you buy it?
I leased it. I've never had a car that works.
That's what I lease. You always lease.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
That's what the rich do apparently.
The rich lease Volvo, the really rich lease Volvo wagons. What kind of stickers you gonna put on that back window?
Bernie.
You like, cover it up with someone else.
I don't know. I haven't put any stickers on it. What do you have? You have an F350.
I have an F350 crew cab.
and you
diesel.
have a
Macan.
Macan. That's
Yeah.
pretty pimp.
And I have a.
It's like you're in the NBA or something.
It's like an NBA. For
It's like an NBA.
You're right, with like a soccer. Like
And
it's
you
the
have a
ultimate
911 and a
I have a
and
911.
a truck.
I have a Dodge Ram. I have a Ford Raptor.
Hell yeah.
I gotta get some old ones too. Got a Toyota Supra and a Firebird and a Toyota Soarer.
What's that?
It's a Japanese-only coupe.
right side drive Japanese
Yeah,
instrumentation.
Chris,
coupe.
look up Z20 Soarer. The Soarer I got has 15,000 miles on it. It was being stored in some old Japanese guy's house. Click
so
images.
Wow.
And
So sick.
That car's bricks.
Scroll down, Chris.
Damn, I didn't know that car was that good looking.
Yeah, it's really
That's like the best look. That's like
kinda
the best
unbelievable.
looking car. I've
upper
ever
right
seen.
corner there.
Oh, it's got an electric.
No, not that one. The beige and white is what I have.
That one?
Upper right corner, Chris. That one, yeah. It's that colorway. It's got
That's
a TV.
really nice looking.
It's really. It's. I think it's my favorite car I've ever seen in person. It's got a TV screen inside.
Wow.
That shows. It's like an early, like proto GPS. That's not even. It's not even GPS. It just shows you like maps of Tokyo Highway.
Wow.
In like 90s
Okay.
computer, and it still works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the TV screen it's got right
Damn.
in the center there. Space dash, all that stuff.
It's right
Wow.
side. I've been in that car. I didn't remember it being that nice though.
It's right side.
I know
drive.
it's in mint shape too. I just didn't remember it was dark that day.
Yeah.
Is it stick?
No,
No.
not yet. But when I have
You could do it with your left hand.
more money. Oh yeah, you can do that. When I have more money, I'll have it
That seems hard.
converted.
Learn stick or
Nah,
like,
you get used to it right away.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. And then you got motorcycles too.
Yeah,
right?
you just don't
Got
live in
two.
New York and then you're
You can have
rich.
stuff. Shit, cars suck ass though. Cars are like the worst one. It's like the first thing you'd probably buy because they're like accessible.
It's a big waste.
It's just a big waste.
Yeah.
The car
So
stuff.
I have like a Bavaria, BMW. I have an 02, like I have Christopher Moltisanti's Range Rover edition
Oh, sick.
in like the Sahara with black.
Uh huh.
And then I have a 500 SEL Mercedes that literally I drove it one time. It sits there. We're gonna blow it up on the show.
Yeah, they're like anchors. It doesn't matter what you buy. It'll be like
Yeah, no, this is fun.
the leasing. The reason why rich people lease is to avoid that hassle.
It wasn't even a
Because
puzzle.
getting
That's just
slowed
like a
down, like
fun little
having to wait
platformer
for a tow
section.
truck.
Yeah.
It'll fuck you if you're doing
Yeah.
doing something with your time, like you're spending your time doing something, and you're like working for a day.
Yeah.
And you have to wait for a tow truck. It just fucking blows your day up.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's like if your time is worth $800 a day or whatever, you're out. That's the way you can calculate it. It's
Yeah.
like how many thousands have I lost just like waiting on a fucking mechanic?
Yeah, or talking to waiting on hold for
Yeah.
parts or shit like that. I want to fucking. I'm gonna blow all my cars up for the show.
There's
literally.
no winning.
Really?
It's
We're
just
renting
For
cranes.
season 2.
Yeah,
le-
we're
that's
dropping.
leasing.
Hell yeah.
Leasing is the move. If it's leasing is you pay a little bit extra for a lease,
It's the premium.
but it's the time you're paying to get your time back.
What
Yeah.
is it?
Oh, this is so funny. I sent this to Charles last
You
night.
seen this?
Yeah,
This is-
I mean,
so this is in
like I
Seattle.
said,
Some, like,
generally every
off-ramp,
time I
like,
open a
goes
chest, I'm
from, like,
disappointed.
a
It kind
highway
of
to,
seems
like,
like
extremely, like,
they retooled
slow,
how like
city
finding the more
intersection.
Like the
important
Providence
shit
Place Mall
works.
intersection.
Some-
Like clothes and
some
stuff seems to
horrible
all come from
submerging
like
shit.
quests
Oh wow.
or
Wait,
shit.
it's like
in the
90 minutes.
depths.
Wait, till this is like me.
Why?
I love this shit so much.
Like that. Cool. 5 arrows. That was worth my time.
How many fucking Chinese people live in this city?
Why? But like, why? Why is it so hard?
It's probably like a 70 mile an hour to a 5 mile an hour zone.
They're just going too fast.
This isn't repeating either. These are all individual.
Yeah, this is 4 minutes long.
That's awesome.
They keep hitting the garbage.
Yeah,
Taking out the trash.
that's out of. I love that. So I said that to Chuck. It was. I love shit like that. It is like so funny to me.
The kid, did you shove the kid's face into the window?
Pretty kid.
I think I heard that kid. They were like talking when they were costuming up. They were like, "Hell yeah, I'd do some gay shit for $500." They were doing that type of conversation.
We should just put on the wall this time. Make them suck on for $500, and we'll just mount a camera and be like, "Dude, you can suck right there for $500 an hour."
And then that's
An hour though, bro. Honestly, you fucking pull your lips off that thing for 1 minute. And there's no money going to you.
and that was the kid that Nick was like shoving his face into a window, and afterwards he started to complain that he had been like
Sexually assaulted.
roughly treated, and he thought maybe there was a way for him to get money for having his face like pushed into this window lightly.
Wonder what I get for all this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I went up to him after like,
Probably 5 errands.
Like the costume
Gotcha.
girl was cool with me. She was like, "It's complaining when you shoved his head in the
Sure,
wall."
me
I was like,
too.
"Hey man, you mad at? Did you tell one of the principals that we shoved your head in the wall or something?" And he's like, "No man, it's cool. I was like, "No, I'm not complaining. Tell me now. You can leave. We're done. I'll get someone else to do it."
Make sure that
Chicken shit. He's ready to suck dick for $500.
I guess you were kind of pushing it a little hard.
Yeah, I was.
That's harder than what you said.
I was like, I did push you hard, dude. We want to make good TV.
Screaming third time this week.
They had been bullied early. And
Hell yeah.
early and often.
I'd beat up actors all day if I could.
That's all you should do.
I would love to do
You should
that.
be throwing women into bushes nonstop.
Yeah.
You shove some people too, Sam, in this.
I would love to
Thankfully,
beat
Nick bullied me into submission,
actors.
And I've learned to be happy. My face isn't pounded into the pavement.
I love that kid was the best one.
Yeah, he
really good.
did
He
a
was
good
like
job.
pro.
Yeah, good guy, man.
Could this position on early adolescent bullying really be the key to saving lives across the country?
Remember how he's running? Look at how he's running in the background.
To find out.
That kid was like an alien CIA op.
Let me give you an example, Roger.
Pushing girls.
A student of ours, Peter, was having a really hard time. He was concentrating in class.
And I remember it was like the time like woke Atlanta time, so like everybody was like super like, oh no, these guys are like manhandling people, and it's not like kosher. It's like so not cool right now.
What I tell you, stay out of my hallway! Fuck! You know you can't be a fly nigga if you raise your hand.
So what you're saying is that Peter, after having been pushed into lockers and having been called a chicken nugget scoon, is actually doing better than he was before.
Yes, yes. I just wish more of these urban, underperforming schools would see the light, so we can all be equal.
Yes, make them all equal. Indeed. Vice Principal, are you bringing some old guy into the school to push kids around and make their lives miserable?
Yeah, that's how we let our jokes roll before. I love that. This is wild. that lady gonna do? I hope she gets.
Kung fu movies and just
simple and direct.
When people thought all this fake worked.
Yeah.
Before the UFC.
Give me your rice. Yeah, give him your rice. I'll take your rice.
And we're back. And we're so back.
See you later, guys.
Surprise opponents. Initiate attack with a front kick to the stomach. Crane head strike to face. Snap your wrist to increase power. Tiger claw to chin, elbow to
Crazy.
shoulder.
Crane head.
Torque action in the waist will increase power. Block, then uppercut to groin.
Why is he doing it? Like open hand like this.
Double punch.
Kiss the man.
Attack different targets simultaneously.
The old double punch.
Yeah, double punch and crane. Like 3 of those moves were like never again used. Like all shit. Doesn't Joe Rogan like hate this shit?
Yeah.
He like
Why?
hates this
Why would
shit.
they
Right?
not
That's
let
kind of funny. I wonder if Asians, like Chinese men, hate Joe Rogan.
They probably do.
Well, fuck Joe Rogan, you fucking asshole.
I think they hit pause, Chris. Have you seen there's a Chinese MMA artist who he makes his career is debunking traditional Chinese martial arts, and he's been like unpersoned from the Chinese system. Like he's totally blacklisted, can't get an apartment,
no.
he can't get a job or anything.
Good, he should come to the United States. Be a comedian.
Look up Chinese UFC versus Qigong. This third one right here. What's his name? His name's like Wolf. Man, the guy that's him on the right.
Guy on the right. Like,
yeah. Oh, have you not seen this?
Nope.
This is so cool.
I hope it's exactly what I think it is.
Oh, you see.
He's like, come on, rice priest. That's what he calls monks, rice priests.
What's inspired this video was a recent story in which a Tai Chi master fought an MMA fighter.
All right, we're gonna have to absolutely pause this fucking fight science factory. Can you scroll down? And is there a link to the original video? I can't stand this fucking shit.
Also,
let's look at the description and see if we can see his name in here. It doesn't even show the guy's name. This is so
right
lazy.
Xu Zhedong. XIA Dong. Top line right there.
Fight science, my ass. What is the? What does it look like? Oh, that guy's hair is nuts. You see that?
No.
That's Vice News. Look at the.
Oh
look
my
at the,
God! It's
They got Derek Beckles to be the reporter. Can you believe that? Try the first one because it's got that other clip that I like in it of the woman getting wrecked.
Xiaodong, aka the man
God damn it!
out there.
No, go back. Have you seen that one, Nick?
What's that?
Oh.
Essentially being
Okay.
What happens?
This is a different thing, but they're channeling Tai Chi force fields here. So they really just took that guy out using this type of motion. Show the rest. God damn it, man. Fucking fuck. Okay, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is incredible. This old man is he's drawing spiritual power from the earth.
How the hell is he doing that?
I don't know how the hell he's doing that.
This is gonna be awesome when this guy thinks he's gonna beat up this little old man.
Yeah, this little old man's about to steamroll this dude.
This
Oh, this is the shit right here.
Let's shake my hand. Why doesn't he just use the force fields?
Ugh.
Oh, he got snuffed. What's Corey from Pawn Stars doing in the ring?
So the school is Tai Chi. That's his thing.
It's Qigong. It's chi manipulation. It's spiritual. He's bringing up energy from the ground to repel this guy with no touch.
Oh,
it's
man.
not working.
Wait. You have to turn the force field on, dude. You forgot. They hit the on switch.
Something's gone wrong here. This is awesome. I
Yeah.
love when white people and black people too, when Americans get into this shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking beautiful.
It's like church shit.
Yeah. This is awesome.
Oh, what's that lady gonna do? I hope she gets
This
her teeth
shit
knocked
is
out.
awesome.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's fucking incredible. Oh, I wish he put sand in his mouth.
Dude, fuck.
He don't know how to hit. Should have went through him. He should have
I
drove his
know.
legs running through him. I would have fucking laid that motherfucker out. You know, try things very...
This guy's awesome. The
Yeah.
guy on the left.
He's a piece of shit, man.
Oh, that's me. Oh, he got me. I forgot about that clip. Watch
Oh.
this one. This is the best one. Yes!
I like these.
Yes!
They look like Australians.
Yes, man.
All right, Craig, you ready?
This is fucking awesome. The mind of one of these guys.
Oh.
That is fucking awesome.
That is so...
And look at the guy now. He's pretending like he felt the chi force after he hit her. So he's still trying to keep up the charade that it works.
Man, crackheads will do anything for $150 for a day, huh?
Just fucking awesome. Man, you know, stabbings are crazy.
Stabbings are crazy?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's like, stabbings are crazy. What's gonna happen here? I wish it would stop saying reality. I don't want to be prepared for what happens.
Yeah, I was like, come on, Pat, fucking throw yourself through the mirror.
This guy should just deck this dude. This is my dream, though, is teaching women this fake shit.
Yeah.
And then charging at them full speed and
They're
laying
trying-
them out.
Oh, yeah.
Please let this guy get beat up.
Yes.
Man.
Do you ever wonder why Taekwondo is like the most popular for like getting kids into martial arts?
Yeah, because it's like, it's just like summer camp bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like a
I got roped into that too.
confidence building. Hey, great job, Chris.
Yeah.
Awesome kicks.
And then you get to kick a board, like a piece of like
Yeah.
balsa wood at the end.
Oh
or so-
my
or like-
god, dude.
A wooden shingle.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though. And they have
I broke
movies
some
about...
boards.
Yeah?
Yeah, they were about this thick.
What kind of boards?
Snapped right through. In some beef. I just got laid out. I got punched because what Taekwondo does is it fucks up your range horribly because you think you're gonna be able to kick someone, but you're not gonna be able to kick someone.
How old were you when you did that?
Like 20.
No shit.
I was 20 when I got smacked. And like didn't know how to handle it afterwards. But I did the Taekwondo in high school. I wasn't 20 when I was doing Taekwondo.
Oh.
Right. But that was still like my idea of what self-defense was. Oh, it's kick. Let's use kicks.
It's
You're not gonna use a
kick.
kick.
It's
You're not
front
gonna kick
kick.
anybody. No, you're not gonna kick anybody.
It's watch kid catch your foot.
Doesn't work. Yeah.
Which I've had that happen to me before.
Yeah.
You ever get your foot caught? Just get wailed on. Oh man, like I fought most of my fighting was from like 13 to 17.
Yeah.
But then not much.
I like with once you realize once you know how to punch as well, kicks are really effective and awesome and cool. But Taekwondo only teaches you how to kick. So you think everything you think you know about defense. First of all, you've never tried it because the only thing they do is point sparring. Like if you even go that far to do point sparring, which is just fake shit. And then everything is like this range, like 5 feet. So I'll be like bouncing like this,
and I'll do question mark kicks.
Right.
Which are not question mark kicks. They're like comma kicks.
Yeah.
Because they're low.
Yeah.
I'm just kicking your hips.
Backslash on the keyboard kicks. Shin kicks.
Like this is like the effects of my. I'd probably get
kick to the shin.
And then I'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking beat.
And I did Kung Fu too, which was also totally fake and a waste of time.
Kung fu?
Yeah, and my kung fu instructor was assaulted one of the students years later.
A guy or a girl?
He said a woman.
How did he do it?
I don't know. Probably held her down. I have no idea. But we gotta look him up because I don't think I've shown people him before. His name's Callous Hands.
Is he?
Maybe I have shown.
I think like a long
Dominican
time.
guy.
Yeah, the guy who runs the Taekwondo in Rhode Island is Mastery, and it's like franchised. He's got a private jet.
Oh yeah.
It's like he's like the man.
Damn.
He makes like mad money.
Damn.
I know. I thought about it. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You go to my one of my nephews I went to was his like it was kind of sweet. You know, like little kids doing karate is just kind of cute.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, all that shit. God, fucking. Ever since I become a parent, as like as stupid as it is, like, I don't know if I even want my kid taking like, I don't know if I'd want him in MMA.
Right.
Like kids are fucking dangerous. Like, if you've ever been friends with like a really bad kid with bad parents, knowing what I know, I don't know if I'd want my son to know how to like fucking break a nose. You know? Like, there's fucking just lawsuits coming down the pipeline. I don't know. But like little kids spinning around and doing back kicks and saying hi-ya is just like kind of sweet.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, it's like, look at him spinning around, fucking kid. It's give him a little fucking confidence and something to do with some friends.
I mean, the downside is that they think this fake thing works, and then they get their ass kicked.
Did you really believe that it was gonna work? Like you thought? Like
no, I just wasn't. I wasn't at all prepared for
a fight.
Physical fight.
Like you weren't prepared for like a bar fight.
Was not no.
Like you were like, watch, this guy's gonna stand 5 feet away from me, and then he'll get his gi on first before we start fighting.
He'll do breathing warm ups. He'll bounce around a little bit. He'll do a little that type of thing.
Gay! Gay! There'll be a referee there.
Yeah.
Saying that.
Yeah.
Gay!
Yeah.
Abi!
Yeah. That's what I thought.
No, play the kick.
Play the music I like. Kickboxing music.
You'll have your red Hanes briefs on, like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I'll be dancing around with a boner.
You just have a hard on immediately. You just grab.
Hey!
Oh no, I have a boner. Oh, you just grabbing instead of fighting, you just grab the closest girl to you and you rub your boner on her ass.
Hey Chris, would you type in Callous Hands, CALASANZ? Callous Hands.
Wow. Yes.
Oh, he's still working in 2021. He's got a promo. Come to Callous Hands 2021. Like he didn't rip someone.
What?
Scroll down. What's
It's
in
all
the
big
comments?
misunderstanding.
What's in the comments of that? No. What's in the comments? Do people even say? Nobody even says. You do the SSI. Big Papa Potato.
What's you do the SSI?
That's I'll retell that story in a second. But scroll up. What you got? Oh, he's teaching logic. Yeah, right. Don't think so, my guy.
Is he Brazilian?
MMA. I am probably the first to teach MMA, early 80s.
No, you're not. You're not the first to teach MMA.
He's tired. He's got his sweatpants on, his sweater.
Teaching police officers.
Is this like the Dr. Sebi of martial arts?
How to fight.
Fighting is very simple. Not to get hurt, primarily, and to take something home with you. This is the main thing that you learn. Be coordinated for the rest of your life.
Good golly.
And here is the example. There are a lot of examples I can, but Robert don't have too long out here. And if you see him doing the dummy or doing a hoist that I hope that he cannot do it soon.
Oh my God.
Then you know.
This poor kid.
He's probably gonna kick the shit out of everybody later on.
Take something home.
Take something home with you.
Every technique
He's gay.
at Calesa is unique in comparison with others. If we do a kata and another person on karate do a kata or a taekwondo, our kata is different. Just understand, unique on power, on grounded, on core,
That old guy. You see
Did you
him?
see what he was wearing?
Yeah.
He looked like me right now.
He looked like he's going to do a business deal.
Yeah. Get the fuck out. He's going to a closing.
This shit is awesome.
Oh, man.
You know what's weird? Can you tell how
Oh.
kind of the interior is? It's kind of nice in there.
Yeah, he's got an octagonal
And there's like a stone wall. and-
chandelier. Yeah, the building looked kind of cool. If it's
That's
in-
what always kind of weirded me out because he's this like
To be humble.
Dominican guy. You can't.
My teaching
He
is
does. He
different
barely
from
says one word that you can
anyone
understand.
else.
Yeah.
And he's
How
doing
many
this like.
people came over here
You see
and
what he's
sat
doing?
down in a chair
Look at that.
all day
You get the whale
Yeah,
tail.
damn.
and watch me train?
But he's got like good
The only way
taste
that they
somehow.
do
Sort of.
school better.
Yeah.
You know, for a martial arts school.
Yeah. No, I saw the. He's got plants. He's got a nice vase.
And that was on the 90s, on the me-80s.
This guy's
Me
crazy.
80s.
That people come to see and spend one day to pay me to spend one day watching because it's huge. I'm not gonna show right now soon what is the unique that you're gonna see right away. If you are ready to learn martial art, real martial art, ready to feel
I like
safe,
this-
you feel confident on the street,
I like him jabbing the kid.
come to Calazan. Just come to Calazan and get your free session. That tell you who or
I should
what
go train here.
we're gonna teach you.
That tell you
Come and
who
save you
or what
free
gonna
session
change you.
now.
Come today to get your free session, cause it's gonna tell you who or what is gonna change you.
Yo, he knows a thing or two about changing people.
Hey, he's gonna change your clothes to nothing. Why don't you go put on your birthday suits? Deborah, my favorite client, student, pupil. Wow.
And the crazy thing, maybe do he had this whenever he would move. Click beauty.
Yeah, that's probably the girl you can.
No, I think he got like a 40-year-old woman.
A not hot lady.
He got like a not hot lady, I think.
After all that pussy he was working with,
Yeah.
he decided to strike and
this guy's body's so.
and it's
freaked out.
strange.
Yeah, he's so.
Is he
strange.
short?
He's short. Yeah.
Like little, like
yeah,
5'4".
little guy. Yeah, like 5'2".
Oh yeah. Oh, nice. That's a business card.
I don't even understand how he's got anyone doing graphic design or videos for him. Like, how does he even rope people into doing this for him? You know?
He said he'll probably extorts them. He's like, "Just do it, or I'll kick your ass." Hey, you do graphic design? It's really goes to like the staples.
Yeah.
Do it, or I'll come back here. I kick all your asses.
Yeah.
Do my Kung Fu Studio graphic design. What are the cranes?
The breathing. Yeah.
Some hop. I just want to let you know, Calazans, I shaved it this morning. All right. I like the crane arms.
Listen, are you hearing him breathing? He would do that in the fucking school when you're trying to work out.
That's fucking wild, dude.
Bro.
At least you learn deep breathing exercises. That's something. There's something in there.
I definitely took something home with me.
You can take his breath home with you.
Yeah, I took his fucking Dominican breath home.
Yeah. Sorry, I have a piece of rice in my teeth. Yellow rice.
Yeah, it's like all Spanish food.
His teeth, he's fucking breathing all over you. I know how deep he's breathing.
Yeah.
Damn. Rocco Quattrochi was in Atlantic City and someone ran up to him from the podcast.
Oh, no way.
I thought that was cool.
He's got his out right here.
Oh my God.
And he's looking back to check on his partner
His
and make
ass.
sure that she's safe. He's looking at his own ass.
Yeah, he's like, man, you like my bubble bot?
Bro.
Sam, I don't want to tell you, but I don't think you were just getting kung fu.
I don't think I was either. I think I got something else.
Come here, high school boy. What did you learn on your computer? Nothing, Dr. Sensei. Nothing, Dr. Sensei Calazans.
He's making you call him doctor.
Yeah. Mr. Hyde.
Dude, he's rubbing his fucking dick into the carpet.
Yeah. Be awesome if he came all over. Look at the fucking head, like the.
Well, I don't think he was a gay. I think he just.
No, he was
just a regular.
Just a regular old. He was
just a regular run of the mill.
Yeah, just your normal horny guy with an oversized dick. Just a Dominican guy who has no problem whatsoever showing you his cock, which is every adult Dominican guy I've ever met will show his dick within hours. Like the Dominican guy I used to work with, I worked with him for like fucking 3 months, bro. I saw his dick like 6 times. Oops. I remember he showing like he'd be like, "Oh, yo, look at this hot girl. She got tits. Yo, look at the tits. Yo, oops." And I'm like, bro, you scramming across pictures of your thing is gay. Oh man, a nice easy apparatus to get on and off. A nice way to do fucking.
Oh man,
just fucking 65 pounds on your fucking ankles, tape with tape.
Super split, man. That was a crazy time. The 80s and 90s, you could just go to like Hong Kong, and if you had like. If you dedicated a little bit of your life to like bodybuilding, and doing like a little, you could like, get famous.
There's an exercise video contract in it for you.
Yeah.
Look at the I
mean, you could have made yourself if that was your bag, you could have made yourself into like anybody in the 80s and 90s.
I think Hollywood was hunting for them.
Yeah.
From the success of Bruce Lee.
Well, you've heard the story about Frank Dux.
He's just full of shit.
Full of shit, and they sued him. They bought the Bloodsport story thinking it was a real story.
Oh man,
which is pretty fucking
That's
funny.
Wicked
man.
fucking funny.
So the story, the Bloodsport movie, which everybody should watch, and is an incredible movie. It's this guy Frank Dux, who went to the Kumite, which was an illegal fighting tournament where he fought 100 men in 2 days or something like that. Okay, and he can break bricks, he can break glass, he does all this shit. So he sold his story to a screenwriter, and he's The Fictitious Life of Frank Dux. Don't click that because I don't want to hear about this guy. But he said he was in the CIA. He said he was a special ops guy. He said all this other shit. They bought his story. They made the movie Bloodsport, and then when they found out it was fake, they sued him, which is funny. I mean, it was a great. Why sue the guy? He made a great movie. Fuck off. But
yeah, sorry, your writers fucking suck dick.
Yeah. So Calazans had a signed Frank Dux something. He had like 2 size. And a plaque that was signed by Frank Dux. And with this type of shit, you'd never even know. Like Calazans might have signed it himself, Frank Dux or something like that. But and like Jean-Claude Van Damme was fascinated by Frank Dux because he was also Canadian, I guess, or French Canadian or whatever.
Yeah, it's a good name. That's a good. Dux is a cool name.
So anyway, it's just all this shit. You could have been anybody that you wanted in the whole wide world.
Look at the hold on,
90s.
The brothers, the Barbarian brothers, or the Barbarian twins. They live near me in Scituate. They're 2 wrestlers, same thing, and they call themselves Barbarian Twins.
It's kind of like the Liver King now, but nowadays it's a little bit gayer.
Oh
Barbarian
man,
Brothers.
David Paul was my customer. Like these guys, watch this shit.
Baby.
Visitor to Gold's. David Paul and the notorious Barbarian Brothers.
The reason we first came to California, we wanted to be the best bodybuilders. See, I was from the East Coast, from Rhode Island. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the United States. In fact, it's so small that last year they had the entire state carpeted. Just kidding. Anyway, we came out because
this guy's funny too.
We wanted to just get big and break the stereotypes of bodybuilders. That they're gay, narcissistic, that they look strong but they're weak. But we tried, but they were all true, so we couldn't break the stereotype. That's what happened.
This guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What's going on? What can I do? I've been hopping around like a kangaroo. No, so what happened was, these guys are laughing. I mean, this is serious stuff, bodybuilding.
He's from Scituate?
Wow, bro.
Yeah, he came into my fucking shop one day. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. This guy like gets out, like go to go if you go back.
Another
right there, the David Paul Barbarian brother. He's like, yeah, I'm making a UFC picture. And I didn't know there were twins. I thought there was only one of them. So he comes in, he buys like $500 worth of stuff at my store. An old cool deco coffee maker, a big piece of like wood that I had. And he's like, yeah, I'm building a barn. Kind of like mine, like Gary Busey.
Look at that fucking image.
That's awesome.
Jesus Christ.
So he starts telling me that he's making movies and he's and he starts asking me if he wants to hang out, and I was like, nah, man, I don't hang out with anybody. And he's like, what do you mean? And he got like jerked off when I told him I didn't want to hang out with him. Because he kind of asked me if he wanted to like because I was talking about TV and shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I do TV too. I'm a street poet." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm kind of a fucking street poet. I make art with what I see." But now I kind of feel bad because they were kind of like really interesting people.
Yeah.
But he bought a bunch of shit for me, and then he came and picked everything up, and then he had an Airbnb, kind of like near my house.
Yeah.
And he put pictures of his like girlfriend in the tub, like naked.
Yeah.
Look at she looks like Juliette Lewis on the left.
Yo, I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
I saw him at the gym.
Yep.
I think you might have been there. Can we keep going and see if there's pictures of him now?
Yeah, he looks like that now. Like that one of him.
That emaciated?
Yeah.
There was a guy at the gym who had it was him. He had the wrap around his head. He had his hair was like dripping like Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean or something.
He was big.
He was covered in like he had like fucking Robin's jeans or something like he looked like this type of bohemian outfit shit. And he was walking around with his cell phone on his head, but the flash was on. And I thought he was like recording people secretly. I was like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah.
He was like bugging everybody out, walking around like being a weirdo, basically.
Is he reared behind the neck pressing 385?
I don't know.
Do you know how fucking like are you seated behind the neck pressed 385? That's got to be a world record.
What a crazy.
But like crazy, dude. You look in this guy's eyes, there's like holes in his head. Just a real wild. Had a dog, but then he started talking to me like he was this guy.
That's strange.
And he did this movie.
Seen him for sure. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's him.
That's crazy.
So then I'm at fucking Brimfield, and I see him walking his fucking dog, and I'm like, "Yo, you gotta." He brought stuff and didn't take it with him, so he gave me like a deposit. And I was like, "Yo, man, you gotta come get the shit that you bought for me. It's been there for like 6 months." And he's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." And he was the twin brother. I was talking to the twin brother.
Whoa.
It may disturb you if you're not comfortable, but if I'm happy,
What is this shot? His knees?
Expressing the way I am, being who I am, why not be happy for me? You go, hey, that guy's weird, but isn't he happy? What's wrong with that? Do you think that's a bad thing to be happy? Huh? But if you went to a mental institution, they're gonna go, you know, what's wrong with you? Why are you always happy? We have to give you some love, you know why? You're a man. And then if you're depressed, you know, you're a little depressed. I think we should give you a pill because, you know, you should be much happier. Why is that shirt on backwards? Why, look at my shirt's on backwards. You know, why? But I was creating a line of clothes called Inside Out because it's not at the top. In sports, you know.
Let's move on. Let's pick a
Don't
new
worry,
topic
you don't
here.
need barbarian twins.
Oh, barbarian twins.
glow of the blood-stained moon shine.
Groped?
I'm
Is
not
that what you're? Is what that community is like? Could you imagine the mental image for this? Amberlynn got pissed, so
For her weight loss surgery. I think it's from You're fine.
they're very loud.
Earl is one ethnic group or minority away from shaving his head, trimming his mustache, and walking around like a goose and Roman saluting.
Oh my god.
Mind Boy's a savage, man.
He's fucking vicious. Gotta respect it.
Yes, I love Mind Boy. Good luck with your knights, by the way, Mind Boy. Your Chaos Knights. Red with the 5. I don't buy this whole. I did not know her age. They were coworkers. I'm so sick of his whiny attitude. He deserves this. Look at the way he's pointing at us. I hate that. That whole fucking hand on the hip pointing at me like you're telling me something. Fuck. Let's see.
What kind of dogs? Mixes mostly. Piper's King Corso, English Mastiff. Luna is a Antillean Shepherd and Great Pyrenees. So it means her fur comes out in like these giant clumps when they're when she's shedding, and you can like use it to like needle felt and stuff if you wanted to. 90% of the birds' nests around our houses because of her are like a little bit white.
All right, I
because
don't
they use her
give
fur.
a fuck about this.
That's crazy.
What are they talking
Isn't
about?
it? It's real,
bro. Proving Tomato, Nathan, all those fuckers, and myself, we all appreciate the hell out of you, dude. We're gonna see my videos a couple days early and get all these little sick emotes. I'm gonna throw them up in chat again.
Chris Chan is often called the most documented person on the internet. From an extensive wiki to thousands of YouTube videos, millions of onlookers who have jumped on to observe the story, it's hard to name someone more synonymous with modern internet culture. And even with Chris being a subject of forum talk for more than a decade at this point, it seems like people are hardly losing interest. So today, we'll try to cover the entire story of everyone's favorite, or least favorite, internet celebrity. Chris Chan's story starts and ends with women, and with one in particular, his mother. Her allegedly abusive parenting being why he became the most documented individual in the world. And it was on account of his unspeakable acts toward her that he was suddenly pulled out of the public eye and into a jail cell. Seeing as he was just released from that jail cell, everyone's worried about what's next for Chris. It's natural to think history will repeat itself, but many still don't know the full extent of that history. A history which spans over 40 years, with its groundwork being laid even prior to that. It all started in the year of our Lord, 1980, when a 53-year-old Bob Chandler and a 39-year-old Barbara Weston got married. Barb was involved with a few other men before Rob, such as a man named Ron Coleman Yeats Sr., who she had a child with by the name of Cole. Barb, however, disputes this and claims to have never been involved with Rand, but with a man named Jack Smithy, with whom she supposedly had a fancy wedding. Cole grew dubious of his mother's claims about who his father was and decided to hire private investigators to settle the matter. In emails he eventually exchanged about the pursuit of the identity of his father, Cole said, "It seems likely, since Rand's middle name is Coleman, that this man is my biological father." However, Barbara never spoke of this marriage. I would never have known about it had I not made a special trip to Richmond to get copies of all of her marriage certificates. Can you imagine having an essential part of your personal family history shrouded in mystery for 44 years because the one person who could clear the air insists on lying to you? Barbara hung up the phone in my face when I asked her about these revelations. Needless to say, I really don't give a fuck about Barbara or about her fucking lies. In 1966, when Cole was 3 years old, Barbara began a relationship with a man named Jerry Harmon Jr., who would become Cole's stepfather. Another finding of Cole's investigations was that Barb never actually married Jerry despite her claims of having done so. A trend of dishonesty was forming. In an email about the domestic situation during this time, Cole said, "Barbara is mistaken about the bunch of good years we supposedly had together. I grew up in an abusive household with Barbara and my former stepfather Jerry, where physical and mental punishments ran the gamut. From bare beatings to cold showers to bizarre scenarios acted out with glee by two deeply neurotic adults. The treatment I received in Richmond, Virginia was another matter altogether. To raise a child in such conditions is inexcusable. Even at a very young age, I knew they would abandon me. They were both irresponsible and incompetent parents who exposed me to traumas that I would rather not remember. As for Barbara professing her love for me, I have not seen any evidence of it in close to 20 years, and that's a very long time. Barbara's definition of love is a hackneyed sentimental term she uses to extract a response. At some point in the early 1970s, Barbara nearly killed Cole when attempting to scare off a would-be robber. A burglar tried to break in when my dad was out cheating on my mom. We had a steel front door. Some dirtbag was making no bones about trying to break down our front door. Richmond was the capital of America at the time. My mother Barbara left the living room for the adjacent bedroom, where said pistol sat waiting. She returned with a fully loaded gun. I stood beside her about 10 feet from the door, where the would-be thief was still loudly at work trying to break down the front door. My mother pulled back the hammer, attempting to cock it, but she didn't pull it back far enough for it to lock. Blam! The gun fired. The bullet hit the floor, ricocheted onto the steel door, then onto the ceiling, before lodging in the plaster wall less than a foot to the left of my head. The would-be thief was scared off, so mission accomplished there. But I could have easily died. In 1978, Barbara and Jerry separated, and not long after, Cole moved to California, presumably to get as far away as possible from his dysfunctional mother. Despite being directly connected to the endless odyssey of Christery, as it's often called, Cole is a relatively normal person. After they both separated from their respective spouses and married one another, Bob and Barb didn't see their advanced ages as a reason to avoid conceiving a child. Whether this was due to their lack of knowledge of the risks, carelessness, or a mixture of both is anyone's guess. By 1981, Barb was pregnant, and on February 24th, 1982, a child was born that would change the world forever. Christopher Weston Chandler. Unfortunately, whatever bad parenting techniques were present when Barbara was raising Cole were at least as bad, if not worse, when it came to raising Chris. By 1983, probably due to her lack of interest in raising Chris herself, Barbara hired a babysitter that would end up abusing 1.5-year-old Chris by locking him in a closet. Later on, he would claim that this led to him having autism, although that claim is doubted. This situation caused him to become nonverbal, only occasionally screeching and crying, which made him very difficult to deal with for his parents. By 1985, Chris met the first person besides his parents whom he recalls as a friend, Sarah Nicole Hammer. According to what he himself says in his Wikipedia autobiography, which, yes, exists, Sarah brought him out of his autistic shell and helped him become more social, though she did, every once in a while, take advantage of Chris's less than advantaged intellect by doing things like locking him in a house's crawl space or trying to get him to put a honeysuckle in his mouth. But apart from that, Sarah was actually nice to him. They played hide and seek, rode swing sets, and even roller skated. This was one of the very few times Chris got to be a regular child. A couple of years later, Chris began kindergarten and Bob retired from his job. In fear that he was going to die from his heart problems, Bob decided to write Chris a letter for him to read in the future, in the case that he passed away. In one excerpt, it read, "I hope I've been able to provide for you and your mother until you at least get to college, and for your mother until she joins me at the great sing-along in the sky, or wherever. Anyway, I expect you to take care of her, love her, and never disappoint her for as long as she lives. I also expect you to never disappoint me, because I will always be with you to help you when the going gets tough, and you need me. Since everything always seems to happen for the best for me and when I need it, I've always felt like my mother was my guardian angel. You look exactly like my mother and I didn't plan my life. I just took it as it came along. I seem to have had no control over it. It always came along with what was right for me. Look at me 8 years ago in 1979. When I was really down and out and ready to cash in my chips with heart problems I didn't even know about, your mother, Barbara Ann, helped me through the rough spots, and together we had you. Now I really had something to live for. No better things or events could have happened to me. Your mother and I have done our best for you, and in return, we expect at least that from you, for yourself, and your children." Despite Chris still being mute at the time, it's evident that Bob had high hopes for him, which included college and children. On top of all of that, he emphasized as much as he could, Chris ought to love and take care of Barb, advice which we'll eventually know Chris took to heart in quite a peculiar way. Regardless of Bob's shortcomings as a father, it seems that he did genuinely care for Chris and wanted the best for him, at least based on this letter. As his childhood progressed and he attended speech therapy classes, Chris eventually started speaking again at age 7. This was a relief for his parents, who could now actually communicate with him instead of having to guess what was on his mind. According to Chris himself, he quickly made up for his time in silence by talking a lot with his classmates. Through the entirety of his childhood, Chris's parents showered him with gifts, the brunt of which were video games. For Christmas that year, he was given a Nintendo Game Boy, which eventually allowed him to play Pokemon. As we'll learn later, this culminated in a major timeline shift in Christory. For the rest of primary school, Chris's life wasn't any more eventful than your average kid. He had a crush on a girl for a little while and played lots of video games. However, when he entered 4th grade, something very odd happened. 5 faculty members, ranging from teachers to the principal, as he retells it, abused him by pinning him to the ground, holding his wrists and ankles, and audiotaping his cries and shouts. Regardless of how far-fetched or possibly false the story may sound, it must have had some degree of truth to it, since Bob and Barb went as far as suing the school, proceeding to homeschool Chris for the time being. We don't have detailed knowledge about the legal proceedings of this lawsuit, but we do know that it eventually got dismissed. Whatever your opinions about homeschooling may be when it concerns children, in Chris's case, being around other kids was beneficial for him and he needed the social interaction to improve. While taking him out of school might have been necessary due to the treatment he was getting from the staff, being isolated entirely was certain to do him harm. In December of '92, Bob and Barb took Chris to a mall, where they would stumble across the Leonard Bernstein Symphony Orchestra, a band of animatronic bears. During their interaction with the leader of the band, Leonard Bernstein himself, the performer that operated the animatronics behind the scenes, accidentally called Chris Christian instead of Christopher, his birth name. For whatever reason, this deeply struck a chord with Chris, who insisted that his name be legally changed to Christian, a wish that would eventually be granted by his parents and even got coverage in a local newspaper. Later on, it seems Chris believed God himself was acting through that bear.
I am Christian Weston Chandler, so get it through your damn skull and call me a real name that God has been given to me, and the bear at Regency Square Shopping Center during 1989.
In 1993, the passion for Sonic the Hedgehog that Chris already had for years at that point would grow to new degrees, with him entering the Sonic the Hedgehog Watch and Win sweepstakes contest, where he won the grand prize, a $1,000 shopping spree at a local toy store. This win was reported on television, making yet another instance of Chris attracting the attention of the media, even as a young boy. By 1996, Barb would retire as well, meaning both her and Bob were spending the entirety of their time raising Chris, though whether their increased presence was good or bad for him, only time would tell. This was also the year Chris began high school, school, and in his opinion, these were his happiest years. It was during this period that he became the water boy for the basketball team, and just a year later, he's a manager for it. However, I assume that if Chris was able to exercise that position, it must not have been that serious of a position in the first place. During one of his high school's basketball games, Chris unknowingly received a vision of the things to come. As he tells it, one day during b-ball practice, I was randomly thinking, with a picture of Mighty the Armadillo of Knuckles' Chaotix 32X leaning against one of a bunch of tall lockers in my head, when suddenly the door behind him opened up and out popped this orange hedgehog with a basketball. So I drew and colored him on paper immediately. Bionic the Hedgehog, Sonic's long-lost brother, was born. As you can imagine, it's just a dismal recoloring of Sonic, but orange. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't figure it out, his name is Bionic because B is for basketball. Along with having crushes on a couple of cheerleaders and involving himself in an altercation that got him demoted to the short bus, his time in high school was marked by a prophetic dream about Sonic being on Game Boy. After getting an F in English, a 16-year-old Chris recorded his very first video dubbed Song of Christian, where he read a poem he wrote and proceeded to meander about other topics.
I hear America singing as I sing of myself, and you experience as I experience. The problems of yourself are my problems. These are the young singing cries of happiness. The children's song is song of laughter. And also, sometimes Mother and I buy some Lego sets to build them together. Like for example, this old bicycle pitch shop here. You can tell this is an old-fashioned Lego set on the counter. This is the old-fashioned Lego land on the corner.
If you're already familiar with Chris Chan in any way, you might be able to notice that he sounds different in this clip, almost like he's a different person. His voice is deeper and his speech is clearer than what he later became known for. To some extent, it's almost as if he was just your regular 90s nerd as opposed to the Lovecraftian entity he eventually came to embody. This is due to the fact that during this time, Chris was regularly interacting with people that weren't his beyond geriatric parents, which resulted in him being a lot more socially capable and normal. But normalcy was on borrowed time in the Chandler household. For starters, Chris discovered how to, as he puts it, mass debate in the ripe old age of 16 years old. After figuring out how to break the parental lock on his TV, he figured it out for himself, whatever that means. In 1998, the Pokemon anime began being broadcasted, and Chris was immediately hooked, becoming a fan of the series. Shortly thereafter, the Pokemon Red and Blue game would hit the shelves in America, and in a way, Christian's fate was sealed at that very moment. During 1999, Chris's obsession with Pokemon would grow more evident, and in April, he created his first website called CWC's PokeSite, which was meant to be a Pokemon content and news aggregator, which, of course, Chris lacks the competence to maintain. It seems the site's code was based mostly on a pre-built template, and, most likely, was made under adult supervision, considering one of the entries on the site's guest book seemed to be from one of Chris's teachers. Throughout most of the year, Chris created playing cards for his Pokemon OCs. His ideas weren't always the most creative, such as Drummore and Symbolic, two Pokemon that were basically just sentient drums. One of these Pokemon, Espinolic, a comically stereotypical Hispanic Pokemon, served as the mascot of the Spanish version of the second edition of CWC's PokeSite. The absolutely broken miscarriage of a website that came as a result of Chris trying to make his website from scratch in HTML instead of using a template. In late August, he made Yoshi into a Pokemon, which set a precedent for him taking copyrighted characters from other franchises and making them into Pokemon. In the year 2000, Chris turned 18 and held a birthday party he eventually wrote about, saying, "We hung balloons and streamers and we laid refreshments out on the table. At the door was 4 of my high school amigas, and one of them brought a friend. We ate pepperoni pizza and drank Pepsi. It was great. As mother lit the candles, I was filling up with ecstasy. After I blew the candles, I was presented with a big jawbreaker from Kelly, an R.L. Stein novel from Sarah, a planner with stickers from Miranda, and a rabbit doll with jelly beans from Tiffany. We watched Good Burger and had fun. After they left, it was done. What did I wish for? I'm not telling." Though they obviously went to his party in the spirit of charitability, the fact that he was likable enough to inspire these girls to humor him is a sign that, despite his problems, Chris was functional, even if in his own way. In the same year, Chris began taking Paxil, a medication to help with his autism, and overall, it seemed like things were headed in the direction of stability. But who could ever predict what was coming next? Chris's interest in Pokemon endured, and he continued to create new Pokemon playing cards while having people from his school sign his site's guest book, complimenting his art. With all of these social rewards he was getting from expressing his creativity through his interests, Chris's ambition and belief in the potential of his creations only grew. During a computer graphics class, Chris was assigned to create a CD album cover, but with the caveat that the image could not include any copyrighted character. Because of his dependence on derivative material, he struggled with this limitation. That is, until he came up with a brilliant idea. If he were to make a hybrid of 2 copyrighted characters, the resulting admixture wouldn't be copyrighted, and thus, it had to be acceptable. The CD, dubbed Christian's favorite hits, would feature a picture of Chris himself alongside a few OCs of his, but with one unforeseen addition, the one and only Sonichu, a mixture of Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu. He commented on this moment, saying, "It dawned on me at that moment after lunch, much like the random creation of Bionic the Hedgehog during basketball practice in my freshman year, Sonichu just bursted right into my imagination. A blur at first, but then it became more clear and came together very well. So as swiftly as the creation of Bionic, I drew Sonichu on paper from imagination. Then I drew him on my currently open Photoshop program. After checking with my teacher and my father, who is big on copyright, as for the actual